Hi friends, it's Darlene the Travel Bug, and today I would like to update you on some important information that Spirit Airlines has recently released. So as of January 22nd, 2025, if you don't meet these rules of conduct, you will be denied boarding. So in addition to the ones that we already know, like you can't be intoxicated or you can't be belligerent, you can't be violent, those types of things. In addition to that, they have added some new rules. So the first rule they have added is that you will not be permitted to board if you're barefoot. Now, I really don't know why that has to even be a rule, because that should be just unspoken. The getting on the plane, never mind getting to the plane, but it's dirty, it's nasty. You've got people who've been walking on that carpet. People have gotten sick and spilt drinks and food and all kinds of things. So it's just really not recommended to go bare feet. So even if you take your shoes off at your seat, I would always recommend putting them back on to go to the lavatory or walk the aisles, because no, I can't even imagine going barefoot or even stocking feet for that matter. And not only that, but it can be dangerous. There could be something that you don't see and you step on it and hurt yourself. Also, you could stub your toe. And Lord knows I've done that recently. And yeah, I'm still nursing a sore toe for that. So you just don't want to be without your shoes. And they won't let you on if you don't have them on. The next rule that they have added is no see-through clothes. So you have to make sure that you are well covered. And if you are wearing a see-through blouse, you must have something underneath, because if it's see-through, you will not be permitted to board. You'll be asked to cover up, and if you don't, bye. And not only that, but when they say not adequately covered, they also mean whether you are not adequately covering or are exposing breasts, buttocks, or other private parts. And again, they would ask you to cover up. And if you don't, and they might not even have to ask you, they might just tell you to leave. That's up to them. And again, I don't know who makes the rule of adequately covered, but I mean, it's a good idea to be covered anyway. Personally, I'm always cold on a plane. I don't know why people would want to not have proper clothing on, but like I said, they got to make these rules for a reason. So my other question though is crop tops. Are they considered to be adequately clothed? I've heard of people being asked to leave the plane because they were wearing a crop top. I mean, if it's short enough, I guess that would be exposing something, but depending on how the crop top is. Again, I don't know who makes that decision, if it's going to be left up to the crew. I couldn't say for sure, but just a little warning that is now a thing. So also they have added that if your article of clothing, whether it be clothes or the article, and I'm guessing that would probably be like a hat or bag, something like that, like your backpack, if it has any kind of lewd, obscene, or anything that could be looked at as offensive in nature, they can ask you to leave. And this does not just include clothing. This also includes body art. So if you have a tattoo that has offensive language or anything along that line, they will ask you to cover up, and you have to have those tattoos covered. Otherwise, you will be asked to leave the plane. And I know this is probably going to affect a lot of people, body art, and also clothing. So no offensive language, no lewd or obscene type things that can be considered offensive. And the last one that they have added is really interesting. No offensive odor. So I'm guessing they're referring to body odor, or maybe somebody who has excessive gas, or maybe they have food that is offensive and that has very strong smells. So keep that in mind. Make sure we do the proper hygiene requirements before boarding the plane, because you can be turned away. There is a caveat there, though. If you have a qualified disability, that is an exception. So some people unfortunately can't help that because they have a disability. If that's the case, you would be exempt. But otherwise, yep, we have to make sure we practice good hygiene and don't bring offensive foods. Well, folks, I hope that this was helpful. If you do find this helpful, I would love it if you would consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. We're trying to get to our first 1,000 subscribers, and I would love to have you on board. Until next time, friends, happy travels.